boysenberries. Hey, it's Magic Breath. Peace. We're live again. It's Thirsty Thursday, and I don't have my coffee. Oh my God, I had it already 4 o'clock this morning. I'm gonna go get Bo, and he can scold me for not having my coffee. So today we're gonna talk about kindness and passive income, because I had seen a couple things about passive income and some people saying that it doesn't exist, and we're going to talk about that. So let me go get Mr. Bo. Bo!
Hey, Brad, did I hear that you have no coffee?
Oh, no, it's around here somewhere.
Brad, one does not simply function without coffee. Get it?
I did have my coffee, but I didn't bring it. I didn't make another one and bring it down, so I have
okay.
A couple.
Fair enough. At least you've had a cup. I don't want you lagging this morning.
There's no cup on it.
Well, I've got mine. Here we go. Bing, bing. Oh, look at that little product placement.
There we go.
How about that?
It matches our little lower third thing too.
Yeah. Oh, it does. Yeah, it does. Okay.
Well, good job at the AGC thing last night.
Thank you very much. What a privilege and honor to be able to chat and share a little bit of, I guess, my story.
For those that don't know, Bo spoke. He was the headliner at the Accelerated Global Connections networking event last night at the Hemingway Social Club.
Yeah. Fancy place. I didn't even see the whole place. There's like a billiards room and stuff. I didn't even check it out.
There's that upstairs area too. And
yeah,
that's what's cool about those places, all those little niches and crannies. I remember there was a place, I think it's the Grain Exchange building or the Lumber Exchange building.
Okay.
And you're walking around and there's this big giant walk-in cooler refrigerator. No, it's not a big walk-in cooler. It's just a regular refrigerator, kind of oversized refrigerator. And if you open it, there's nothing in there other than you walk through into another bar area.
Love it.
It's kind of a weird door. It's a big giant refrigerator.
It feels kind of like magical. Like even that area we were in, right? You go down this alleyway and there's like little storefronts, and I said it felt like, like a Harry Potter world or Diagon Alley or something. It was just kind of neat feeling. And then you've got a door here and it takes you in, and here all of a sudden you're in this private club. I thought it was pretty cool.
That was your theme last night about the magic of memorability. Was that it?
Yeah, the magic of being memorable. That's what we settled on. We thought that was better than moments of a mediocre middle-aged man, which is pretty much what I shared. And but yeah, and how there's a lot of different ways to be memorable, right? Some people are really soft-spoken, but when they speak up, it's really powerful. Some you know nothing about them after you leave a conversation. I've always found that to be fascinating. Some people I leave and I know nothing about them because they continue to push the conversation back to you. They want to learn more about you. Mm-hmm. And then you leave and you're like, I talked like the whole time, and you feel bad, but that's what they wanted. That was their angle, if you will. So that's kind of wild. But I remember those conversations,
Yeah, or if conversations in a business thing and all they're talking about is their business and you don't even know anything about the person, it's kind of weird too. When it's a total pitch. That's a real turnoff for me at networking events when the first thing they say is, so what do you do? Then they start telling you about their stuff, and it's kind of like, no, I don't mean what do you sell? I mean, what do you do? Yeah. Baseball, soccer? Do you go for walks? Right. What do you do for fun?
Right. Yeah, Travis, he had I thought he did a wonderful job when he kind of released the crowd right after the speech, the talk, and with some intentionality of like, we're not just here to you got to build a relationship before you're going to build the business. And so you're right. Those that just go right into a pitch, it's just not timed right. The reality is everybody was there to network. There's a reason why they showed up, right? It's to build a relationship, network, and it ultimately maybe build business. But it just doesn't happen on moment one. And yet inevitably at every networking event I go to, there is somebody generally automatically it's their sales pitch. And it's not, some people that works, right? I mean, they can be really good at it or compelling.
Well, people are real passionate about what their product is, so they end up just having to talk about it a lot. But
yeah. And I respect that. I respect their passion. I think that's great. I was talking to a future speaker last night, and we were chatting about how kind of everybody has everything, just a lot going on in their lives, right? Whether it be unfortunately paying attention to social media and news, and you've got opinions coming this way, or you've got health issues with your family, or you're overworked, you're underappreciated. There's just all these different things that are happening to people today. And even when you go to a networking meeting, you're looking to kind of just connect in a positive way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yet we're all carrying these loads, and sometimes people want to put more on top of that load. And instead of maybe take something away that makes it a little easier, a lighter load. And everybody's different, but I much rather start a conversation, maybe learn about your family, a little wild fact about you and your history, your past, something that you're passionate about. That's better to me.
It totally is. Like last night, I did get a little emotional when I introduced you because we just kind of met each other at an AGC event. And then we've been doing this podcast thing. And I've been watching you on social media, and I've seen some of the trials and tribulations you've broken through and gone through. And even though we're not hanging out a lot because you're way over in Hutch and I'm over in Fridley, the friendship is there. So it's interesting how that all happens, and the longevity ends up happening through just being. I mean, you sent me some little gifts with MailBoxPower and stuff. So the kindness factor. That's what I wanted to talk a little bit about. Because just yesterday I saw some stuff on social media, and that's what my topic was about: passive income. Because some people don't believe it exists. Yeah, and it really depends on what you think passive income is. And to me, it's just not a direct sale. Like, here's $5, give me a beer. Here's $5, give me a coffee. That's sort of a direct thing where the person is working and they don't get paid unless they're working. Right. And passive is kind of like, I did a postcard mailing and they all went out, and I'm just sitting here and someone scans a QR code, and all of a sudden I get a little prompt in my thing that says they just joined and bought a product. Yep. That's passive to me because you're not actively working on it. So I believe passive income does exist. And then this morning, I told you I didn't know what the topic was going to be. I sort of melded the two together: passive income through kindness. Yeah. How can you possibly earn money passively and recurring by being kind? Yeah, and it does work. I agree with you. Passive does exist, and I consider passive to be pillow payments. And what I mean by that is that there's money coming in while you're sleeping. Where did you get that little? Right. I just made literally just made it up. It's pillow payments. It is, because you can be sleeping and a transaction happens as an affiliate or what have you, and you just made a nickel on it, or you just got paid on it, and you didn't do anything actively. Mm-hmm. I'm sleeping. I'm on my pillow. And so that's that to me. And it's very real. I know many people that are affiliates, right? You and I are both affiliate for MailBoxPower. Mm-hmm. And it is interesting when you pull that back and say, okay, if that generates recurring revenue, right, without doing anything intentionally, what is that worth? And, they've got all these scales out there. Like, if you have $500 a month coming in on a passive income, that's the equivalent of having, I can't remember what the chart says, but it's like over $100,000 in the bank earning interest, right? At over 5%. Or at 5%. So that's something you're doing nothing. That's a pretty good deal, especially when you don't have like this big startup cost and have to go through licensures and all these things to get going, whether it be this or plenty of other affiliate or network marketing opportunities. So I encourage people to make sure they have a couple different streams of income. If they, you never know what the world's going to do, but if you can passively get paid while resting your head on a pillow, it's a win. And for the system that we both use, some of that occurs because people are being kind. They're literally just saying thank you to customers or prospects, and it generates income. Now that's amazing, right? That's what I hashtagged in our little description, monetize kindness. Yeah. And, right away, some people say, what are you doing monetizing it? Should be free. But really, why not monetize it? I mean, capitalism has done that. You go to the greeting card store and you purchase a card, and you send it to someone with caring and loving in your heart. Totally. Why don't you profit from it instead of Hallmark? Well, so I shared in my chat last night that I had joined a group. It's called the Kindness Revolution, right? It's a national nonprofit. Well,
they've monetized kindness, right?
Mhm.
They send out bracelets that different community champions have like the sole rights to be in the kindness ambassadors in their community, and then you pay them a fee so that you get these bracelets, and you give the bracelets out, which promotes kindness. It's all great, but it has been monetized via a
Mhm.
nonprofit. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you still should just be nice to be nice. Basic manners are really important, but providing a tool for people that can spread joy and show kindness. Heck, when you pay it forward in the line at Caribou or whatever, right?
Mhm.
That's being monetized. That kindness,
Sure.
you know?
Well, money is a weird thing in this world. Some people think that it's paper, and it's not. To me, it's just an energy exchange, and it's a way to measure it. Is all it
Sure.
really is. And it's all over the world. I mean, even before money was around, they're used in shells and stones and blankets, and that was an exchange. So
Yeah.
that's sort of a monetary thing.
Sure.
And it's just one of these things that we've got to deal with. So I don't think there's anything evil about money. And if you
Hmm.
can tie it in with being nice to people,
Yeah.
it will spread a lot more. Could you imagine, like, I was watching some of these crazy videos where somebody's got a video camera and they're harassing a cop for parking in a fire lane.
Oh.
It's like, what's that all about? Why are you doing that? And who's holding the camera? How come you're standing there and there's a cam? How come you got a cameraman with you? So they're
Yeah.
monetizing this controversy.
Right.
Why can't you figure out how to monetize something peaceful and kind and one that's nice?
Yeah, I catch people being nice, and that was the concept of the kindness revolution. Is you catch people in the act of being kind, and then you reward them for it and ask them to pay it forward.
Mhm.
So then they're supposed to take that bracelet you gave them and you put it on, and that's the concept. It's really a smart idea. But you going back to like the video thing, that does baffle me sometimes. That
Well, I
the
know why
first
there's
response,
controversy. I mean, when you're driving down the street, you don't gawk at some Boy Scout walking an old lady across the street.
right?
You gawk when the old lady gets hit.
Yeah, and
It's
you know what's
so
crazy? But
different.
people's first response is, I want to get this live on the internet.
Yeah.
There was a very tragic thing that happened in Minnesota within the last 2 weeks, and an altercation at a intersection that ultimately resulted in a murder. And somebody thought it was a good idea to videotape this thing, and then release it to the internet. So that might have been how someone's loved one discovered what happened, by seeing something like that. It's terrible. Why
Right.
was the first reaction to say, I better put this on the internet? Maybe it was bad enough to video it, but then I'm thinking, hey, it could be evidence, right? So there's value that somebody captured that. We saw that in some cases, right? That it was good that there was camera evidence, but you don't have to go to the internet right away. So yeah, maybe we should start catching people being kind more often and videotaping it and release it. Look at this, because you do see that once in a while, right?
Mhm.
When you see a police officer pick up the basketball and start playing a game, and then somebody videotapes and
Or
put out.
maybe it doesn't need to be so public. Maybe it can be just more private and
Yeah.
via direct mail. And like you got these little postcards and stuff that I do with MailBoxPower. And
Yeah.
I love postcards. I'm just again, because for 37 cents you can send a postcard to somebody, and there's longevity to it and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
there's all the gifts and things you can send. Like I just got a person just signed up for my birthday club, and they got a little package of brownies that should be ending up there today.
I love it.
But the postcards, here's another some more props to MailBoxPower.
Yeah. Get there.
I got a guy that called me. He's got a solar business, and it's a very unique solar installation. And what he's trying to do is let people know about how unique it is in comparison to some of these others that can damage roofs and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So I started brainstorming. He connected with me on LinkedIn. He wanted to brainstorm, and I'm good at that kind of thing. And I said, why not, instead of contacting homeowners that are going to be a one-off sale, why not contact real estate developers? It'll be a 200, 300, 500 installation sale.
Absolutely.
It's California. They're mandating solar on new development.
Yeah.
So he says, yeah, I've heard about that. That's I want to target those people. I went into MailBoxPower, looked up California real estate developers. There's like 2,000 of them. I thought, this is a great list you could just pull off, and it costs, I think, like $600-700 or something like that.
Probably about 20 cents a piece. So however many they were. Yeah.
And then mail them a 37-cent postcard with a QR code that says, watch this video on this unique solar installation.
There you go.
Never been seen before.
Right. Make it compelling.
Huh?
Make it a compelling postcard, right?
Well, it's going to be there for a while. I wonder if I got one with the QR code kind of thing on it. Sure.
All right. You got one. Yeah.
It's still here. You know, it's not going away, and the QR codes are still active. And
yeah.
Well, so this guy that I had talked to, I said, let's just get the ball rolling, and we'll do a little interview about his product, and that's what we're going to do. And then I'll probably take it and QR code the video, and we'll mail it out to some real estate developers, and that's how it can be done. Because
it's brilliant.
I'm on Quora. So you ever heard of Quora?
Tell me more. No.
It's a web app that people ask questions, you answer the questions and multiple topics and stuff.
Okay.
And I was on there, and they're asking that question of how do you get traffic to your offers? And oftentimes the social media platforms are, I think, censoring, or if there's a word in there, they don't want it to be visible. Right.
You just said the C word too, so that's this thing probably just got turned off. You know.
And it's crowded. The internet is a crowded place. You're watching something, then all of a sudden something else pops up and you lose it. This is there for a while.
Yep.
With a QR code, it's there. Prop it up on your desk. So
and done well.
It jumps over out of all that noise on the internet. So we use the internet to be able to get something out there, the MailBoxPower thing, to be able to automate and send out postcards.
Yep.
Now it's off the internet into the physical world, which has more longevity. And when that person feels the urge or they want to do it at their own inconvenience of time, they can scan in the card with the code with their phone and see the offer.
And now they're back to the internet. And that's all good because you got them where you wanted them to ultimately get.
And if they buy, it's a pillow payment.
It's passive pillow payment, you know.
Oh, we got a comment here. I wonder who the heck.
I had to clarify that because pillow payment could be described a bazillion ways.
Got here.
Travis Sims. Hey, we just saw him last night. Hello, Travis.
Man, the myth, the legend.
He is a legend. He is CEO, founder of AGC, Accelerated Global Connections, and he is the reason you and I are chatting this morning.
That's the truth.
His organization. Yeah.
That's how we got connected. Good morning, Mr. Travis. And thanks for dinner last night too. Travis bought us dinner because we're dedicated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I lucked out on that thing. I had a gigantic meatball and some other stuff after that, but because I had the privilege to speak, so I'm the one that should have bought dinner. You know, I was honored to be there, and it was neat. You know, you were there up on the stage, and Travis is a great supporter and of connecting people, and he's phenomenal at it. He's going to keep coming. I like it.
Yeah. You said you can buy dinner. You're going to buy dinner next time, Bo. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know if I said that. Hopefully, Don was able to enjoy some of the leftovers. But yeah. Anyways, it's what you're saying here is a big deal. The inbox has a place, right, in the world. The internet has a place for your messaging, whether as a business owner or as a sales rep.
It's 24/7 global conversation, communication.
What's that?
24/7 global communication. It's always running.
It is
in the world.
It is. I want to see something here. I just saw the other day, and it jumped right out at me.
I'm going to throw this up.
You got to think.
Passive income kindness is what
there it is.
Talking about right here. Passive income.
Somebody shared a very short phrase yesterday that jumped off at me. Think outside the inbox, right? Think outside the inbox because the inbox is necessary.
What's his name? Macon?
Yeah. I screenshot like right away. I'm like, that's really good because that's the inbox is important. Those that have email lists and all that are up to date, those are really they can be effective, but you got to think outside the inbox once in a while. And the tool we keep going back to provides you that opportunity to do that, to stay top of mind, to say thank you, to follow up. I have multiple packages that'll be delivered today and tomorrow on some new customers that we have. And also some others that I don't just use this for customers, right? I use it for referral partners, but I also use it just in for people, acquaintances. So I'll give you an example. Somebody that I know that was in my news feed accomplished something, right? This kind of a once in a lifetime accomplishment, if you ask me, this event. So I'll just tell you, somebody hit a hole in one, right? Those don't happen very often. And they had a picture with that and celebrated. I'm never going to get a piece of business from this individual. He's a fellow insurance agent, right? I'm not in it to win it, but that is a moment that has to be recognized. So he's going to get a card with the picture, his picture on it that he has, that was on the internet, along with a sleeve of golf balls that has his picture on it. That he'll never use those golf balls probably, but they're going to kind of be that placeholder for that moment, right?
That's very good.
Yeah, it just jumped right off me. I'm like, I got to celebrate this. And it cost me a little bit of money. Not going to get any business out of it. It doesn't matter.
Oh, you might.
I just think it's cool to do.
Get something out of it.
What's that?
You get something out of it.
I got goodwill out of it. It felt good to do. It was fun to create. He's going to just get a kick out of it, right?
There's nothing else they're going to say, yeah, Bo sent me this thing. How do you get with these creative ideas?
Yeah, well, and then tomorrow we have our family golf tournament, right? So we have this charity golf tournament. It's fantastic. We've raised over $250,000 for the Children's Cancer Connection in Iowa. Tomorrow we have our 15th annual. It's going to be great. So I have a few golf balls I'm bringing that have a little surprise message on them, and you'll hear more about that. But I used this system, MailBoxPower, to create them, and I'm anxious to have somebody win them because they're pretty clever. But anyways, yeah, it's when you take a moment and you focus on other people, right? Recognize their moments. I said last night in the chat, if you want to be memorable, remind people what makes them remarkable, and it really does matter. If
here's your little banner here, the betterappreciation.com. That's
cool website that we created that I don't own a company called betterappreciation.com, right? I just own the domain name.
You do it.
It's kind of a landing page. It'll take you somewhere else. But I don't know. I think if you go back to this, I mentioned that kindness really is a strength, right? It really is. And it's okay if, as you said, by providing something that can express kindness, can lift people up. And if it's monetized, it's okay. Somebody shared yesterday that they have an automated campaign going out for birthdays or half birthdays, right? And that's awesome. I love those. I have one too. And when it's automated, you forget it's going on, but yet it's still making an impact. And in this case, somebody had sent out this birthday card with brownies, and the recipient of it had just finished her first chemo treatment. And the timing of the gift was just off the charts. It was beyond the birthday. It was whoa. I got to tell you, this actually sounded good, and that was a moment for that person. You can make someone's day that way with a surprise, even if it's automated. And I love it. I love doing it.
Even some, when things are automated, you get these notifications, and it prompts you so you remember, because we need that kind of stuff. There's so much going on. It's nice to have technology. I have things set up for me so I remember myself.
Yeah.
I got stuff on my calendar that's out there because I don't want to forget it.
Right. I have too many calendars going on, right? Trying to sync them all. So I'm glad there's some things that are just happen automatically. Well, I'm glad I have a recurring appointment on Thursdays with Magic Brad, and that my thing, if I forget, is going to remind me at 8:45. I better get ready.
Mine does that too. Oh, we got something else going on here. We got
somebody else.
Mr. Travis, he says, I sent a golf gift through MailBoxPower to two guys that I met that are lovers of the game and golf, and they loved it.
Yeah.
Even Travis is using this system. It's a very, very cool system, and there's some very, very interesting strategies that you can use about taking stuff off the internet back into the physical world.
Yeah. And whether it be for a retention of current clients or friends or neighbors, whatever, or if it's prospecting, there's a lot of different ways, right? There's one-offs, and then there's same thing going to 1,000 people, but with personalization is in their name. It's really effective. And so
what's the open rate on email versus the open rate on a box of brownies?
I can tell you that so far I'm batting 100%, if you will, on packages getting opened. So that's effective. I don't have those kind of numbers on my text or email marketing. that I do. So yeah, packages work. And even if it's not a package, if it's a postcard, we can measure effectiveness with QR codes and things like that. If it's a greeting card, I know it's effective because I send those as well. And I get responses to people saying, thank you for that. So they get opened. People like getting mail.
A postcard for 37 cents. I don't even need to know the open rate, the effectiveness of it. Only 37 cents. I've dropped that on the sidewalk before, and my message wasn't on the coins that fell on the sidewalk.
Right. Well, and even if it's a greeting card, if you have the Pro plan for $49 a month, you get 50 free cards. So they cost you nothing, and you're paying postage. And what's that, 55 cents? That's still pretty inexpensive to send a custom greeting card, So, yeah, lots of great things.
Our friend Mike showed up.
I was wondering if Mike was going to make it today.
He must have slept in today. Maybe he's having pillow payments.
I think you might use that line here and there. I literally just thought of that this morning. That's great.
I like it. I'm not a sleep person. I don't like sleep. It just happens to me. I'm falling asleep. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I'm the opposite, man. I love sleep. I love climbing into bed.
I think it's very cool. I mean, you don't have to be sleeping when you're laying on the pillow. You could be laying on the beach and have a pillow and still get paid. I love passive income. It's very cool when I get an interruption on my phone that says you just earned a commission. It's pretty cool. I like that.
It is cool. You said the beach. It reminds me of a fellow by the name of Jordan Adler, very successful individual, Jordan, right? And he wrote a book called Beach Money. And that's that concept of, this passive income that's coming in. You can work from anywhere if you do things right and get in the right, marketing world or the right business can make that possible. You can go anywhere you want and still get paid. And I know that's a goal for you. It's a goal for me someday to be able to, there's a recurring revenue, and that's awesome. So, I'm familiar with that because in the insurance world, it works similar, right? As long as people keep their policies and that you don't have to start over every month from scratch. It doesn't work that way. And that's different than most industries, whether it be real estate or mortgage industry. Everybody starts over. So that's just the way it works. So our goal is to keep everybody, right? To lean into them, to create a relationship more than a transaction, and make sure they know they're appreciated. We're looking out.
If you've got a product like you're selling houses or you're selling insurance or you're selling cars or whatever you're selling, and if you can just create passive income by being kind and sending them golf balls and sending them things that are, 37 cents. How many postcards? If I was a real estate agent, I'm selling $1 million homes, I can send a lot of postcards to people before they eventually buy, and I get a return on my investment.
Oh yeah, and there's case studies with some that it's amazing the numbers, their expense versus what they made transactions, particularly in the real estate space. It's pretty impressive what can happen there just by leaning in, staying top of mind, saying thank you. Those surprises. Once again, most businesses you can do a nice job of selling. You can wow them. You can save them money. You can provide the right product. You can make them look flashy. There's a lot of things, but there is nothing like getting a surprise gift in the mail. That it's personalized. It's saying thank you and showing appreciation. There's nothing like it, and it makes it closes the deal on all the rest. I've had people that we've had the privilege to insure that have said, we really were confident we made the right decision going with you and your team and your company. And then literally they'll receive a small token of our appreciation and say, and I've never received anything like that. And it just proves that we made the right decision. I hear that frequently. So it does matter. It really does.
Well, you can be remembered. You can be like the jerk at the Christmas party, or you can be an idiot, and people will still remember. You probably know somebody in high school that you just didn't like. Yeah. I mean, not you, because you're a very kind person.
There's people that don't like me. They think I'm I don't know, too soft and too cheery. Like I wake up in the morning just happy all the time. Like I don't know if you've ever watched Ted Lasso. Phenomenal show if you haven't. It's on Apple TV. Ted Lasso, he's a coach, and literally he just like a guy can't have a bad day. To some people, that's annoying as can be.
I suppose, but there are people that are just jerks, and you're remembered for being a jerk. There's people like McEnroe. Remember McEnroe for tennis?
Oh yeah,
He used to have temper tantrums all the time. He was remembered.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I think it's better to be remembered like your thing last night, the magic of.
I'd rather be remembered for being a kind guy that made an impact on his community. I really would.
And probability, if you're doing this to earn a passive income, the probability of someone buying your product or service is higher, because I don't know if I want to buy anything from a jerk.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I just don't. But there are those. It's interesting because I went through this thing, and we're getting kind of long-winded here. But I'll share this. I worked with a group that helped me do a little better branding on the LinkedIn space, even in the Facebook world, and that I learned some things about colors matter, the text, the font matters. All those things really matter depending on your target audience. So if I'm not a bold, kind of aggressive guy, then I should avoid these certain things so I don't draw that audience in. And if I'm this, and they asked me what I'm like, what I stand for, and I stand for community, I stand for kindness. So it became, we're going to use these colors. We're going to use these fonts, because the people that you want to bring in are going to navigate towards that. Subconsciously. It's fascinating to me, but it matters. Most of us out here are just kind of winging it in the marketing world and don't know those things. I didn't until then. Like, what the heck's a color matter, But they told me, no, look at this picture of this guy.
Yeah. I had a conversation with a guy yesterday. I said, I don't really believe in the A/B split test concept.
Oh, really?
Some people do. And here's why I don't. Because, okay, you got the red button and the blue button.
Yeah.
Well, some people click the red, some people click the blue, but not all the time, because in the morning you might have a different mood.
Right.
Or if it arrives on a Monday or a Tuesday, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Or if it's cloudy out or it's sunny out, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
So the red and the blue button, there's too many other variables that are going to alter that. Maybe mood or weather or timing or other things. So I thought what kind of thing.
Well, I thought it was. They showed me a couple of pictures of things that they had, landing pages they had built for people with profile pictures, and one of them was this guy, and he's standing there, and his arms are wide, and it's a red background, and he's wearing a black suit, or vice versa, red suit with the black background, and he just looked bold, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it was just like. And to me, it was a little bit of a turnoff. Like, that guy might be, I don't know if I really want to work with him just based on that. If you're going to, in a split second, make a decision. And then they show me another picture, another profile pic it just looked more inviting to me. Mm-hmm. And so we went through this whole thing, and I gave them the feedback, and they said, okay, that's the audience that we're going to try to target. So we need to do that. It's fascinating to me. I know none of these things. And that's why you have to trust marketing professionals that have been trained in that have studied that.
The guy with his outstretched arms, and at first you don't like it. And then a little bit later down the road, you see why he's got his outstretched arms, because he's coming to give you a big giant hug.
It could be. You're right.
Well, and it could change. Because he might be coming after you to attack you.
Right. Well, you see, what's his name? The big realtor from the Twin Cities that does billboards everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't. What's his name? Do you remember?
I
can't believe I don't remember his name.
I don't, but
anyway, so I can't believe I don't remember his name, because I see his billboard everywhere. But most of his billboards are him standing there like that, right? And he's done an incredible job. Matter of fact, he gives back to his community really well. But yet he did his own test. Then he did one that was kind of cartoonish, and replaced some of the billboards, and was asking people, which one do you like better? And you're going to get answers for both ways. Some people love his face and the real human with these kind of arms wide open. And other people were like, no, I don't like that. I'm tired of seeing your face, but I like the cartoon version. There it is. Thank you, Travis. Yeah. I mean, the guy has built an empire in the real estate side, right? He does the whole, I'll buy your house without having to do showings and all these things. So anyways, Chris Lindahl. Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he's bold. But he's obviously been very successful, and both things work.
Well, what's interesting about the whole affiliate marketing thing with the tracking link, kind of doesn't matter what happens as long as you can get that connection. And
that's right.
Connection, they might click on something else down the road. As long as they didn't clear their cookies and stuff on their computer, you end up getting traction and you get the link. So
yeah. Hey, I want to give a quick shout before we cut off. We're at 35 minutes, like our record time here. We've gone long. So last night, I don't know if you saw that, right? Wendy Morris, right? She was one of the sponsors last night.
Right.
With Your Personal Stylist with Jay Hilburn, right? So she was a sponsor, and then she had a chance to share and had a slideshow with some of these incredible clothes, right? She's a personal stylist.
Mm-hmm.
But you talk about marketing, right? This is really slick. This is like her business card, right? It's different. It's unique, but it isn't just a business card. This is a lint thingy.
Oh,
now that is brilliant marketing, and she has wonderful clothes, right? And so I just thought I'd give a shout out to somebody else I met at AGC last night. I made some great connections last night. I look forward to, continuing those relationships, building those relationships, make them a little stronger, and see how we can support each other. It'll be great.
That is good. Someone that uses advertising specialties that are relevant to their product that they're selling, rather than the squeezy ball or something that isn't even tied in.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was really clever last night. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Wall, I'm going to put you in the green room. Then we'll have a quick chat, and then get back to life.
All right, sounds good, buddy. Thank you.
And there's Travis saying Wendy Morris is awesome.
Yeah. I agree.
Good enough. Okay, buddy.
Right, see you in the room.
Take care.
All right, bye.
Well, I got to go get myself some coffee or something. I kind of disappointed Bo by not having any coffee. But today we're talking about getting passive income through being nice. And that's how I sign this off. Peace, love, and happiness. Be nice. Be kind. Just be nice. Jeez. Okay, have a good day.